Hey, what's going on, guys? It is SpotTheOzzie here with round number 10, the second last round of Season 3. To round it off, let's have a quick update for our championship standings. 1, 2, 3. Give us a thumbs up if you like where we're standing in the championship series so far, because we are numero uno, coming first to second only to Esprit by 43 points. That is right, 43 points. So technically, Dweggy's just give me a comment, yo dude, I'm actually loving the vids, I might get the game. So there's a satisfied subscriber, I believe, who's watching these videos and he's liking the game so far. So I would highly advise, can I just say, if I didn't like this game, I would have stopped playing. I'm actually really enjoying the game and really enjoying the season, and kind of like positioning myself strategically on and off the track to get the best out of the team. Like, I could speak to some volume. At the moment, I'm not designing any new components for the car, because why spend money now when next season you have to spend more money to get the car up into a good window position? Because we are going to be promoted from the Asian Series to the World Championship Series. We need to have as much money up our pocket as we possibly can, because we've already wrapped this championship up and now we're pretty much just racing to kind of cement that, and to try and get as many points as we can so our sponsors pay us a little bit more. I'm not designing any new components, so I'm trying to be smart on and off the track in order to get ourselves the best possible position. And in saying that, because we're not designing any new parts, I can't really show you any parts to improve because we're just fixing the reliability. So I will respond to your comment just after this round. And thanks again for anyone who has commented on these videos. I love your feedback. I respond to every single comment. I really appreciate you guys who do put a bit of time into writing something. And some of you guys even give me some tips that when you're playing the game have been able to help me get better as well. So it's been really handy. I show you, you show me, yada yada yada, monkey see, monkey do. And where are we looking? What I want to look at now is the sponsors. We got one really good sponsor I'm looking at. 4-star, 10 races, $700,000 upfront payment, $300,000 each race. So it's going to be $3 million over 10 races. I like it. $700,000. It's only going to be for 10 races, so I'm going to stick it in there and get that payment. As for the other sponsors, we got Seapool for 11 races, $6.5 million. And Cortez Tire Co. for, well, it's a longer sponsorship, so I actually want to stick to Seapool because I think we're going to be able to get that 5-star and get better money at a quicker rate. So if it only lasts for 11 races, it does benefit us better than this Cortez. I did the math in the last video. Please go check that out in case you're wondering how I worked that out. So that's going to be good because we are in the green, but I don't want to spend that money just yet, you know. This isn't about spending the money just because we've got it. It's about securing that sponsorship because it had one more race till it expired, and then setting ourselves up for the next one. The good news is the rest of these sponsors and race bonus slots end in 2 races. So at the end of this championship, hopefully we're hitting 5 in our marketing level and we can tie up some good sponsors. Money, money, money. On second thought, is there anything I should be upgrading? I do want to upgrade the factory, to be honest. I feel like having a good factory behind us is going to assist us winning this championship. But yeah, I just want to make sure we've got enough money up our window for next season. You know how in the off season you pick which parts and which suppliers put the parts in. I just want to make sure we are crystal clear with how that's going. Because if we don't get our sponsorship bonuses, last race was our worst race. We came 4th after a rainy race in Sydney. That was our worst race, and because we didn't get our sponsorship bonus of 3rd or above, we actually lost $400,000 at the end of that race. So, end of that race weekend. But we're going to keep carrying on. There's nothing more to really show you. Scouting wise, I'll have a look for the next driver that comes through. Let's have a look at this one. Bjorn Bjelender. I don't know, what, BJ? Why don't you just call him BJ if you're going to put like B and J together? Wow, this guy might actually be the worst driver I've ever seen. 1 for braking, 1 for cornering, 0-0. The consistency is 3. The only thing you're consistent in is having terrible stats. Committed cultist. Zidane has opened up my site. I don't even know what the hell that is. If you know what that is, tell me. Maybe that's like a British thing. And there's going to be a political vote. Limit the spit lanes. Pit stops at normal speed, meaning that cars are able to make pit stops at an average speed. This may aid cars with worse tyre wear rates. Rule benefit. You know what? I don't really care because it's gonna not... We're not gonna be in this championship. So by not voting, by abstaining a vote, we save a vote for the next vote. And so on. Let's have a look who wins. Who is gonna win? Kruger? Okay, so it's approved. Interesting. That should mean it's gonna be slower pit stops then, right? Interesting. So it's going to be implemented for next year in that championship series. Again, it won't affect us. A couple of drivers going to be scouted. Cool. What do we have? Sydney race. It's just going to emulate the Sydney race round for the other drivers. Let's have a look at scouting. Kerry's Young. Or Young. Another terrible driver. Why do you keep scouting these terrible drivers? Ooh, 3.5. Not bad. Hates leading. Modifier applies when in first place. Bit of a terrible trait to have when you lose a bit of everything when that happens, isn't it? Let's keep going. They're bored in the workshop because they don't have any work to do. I don't know. Just sit tight. You know, if everyone else is a bit more competitive, that'd be great. Sharp wins the round. 27 points. He got pole position as well. Good on him. How's he going? Third, Steinman. Steinman seemed to be the team to beat. They seem to have 4, 5 stars of everything. But, you know, we'll come across them. Don't you worry. Mark my words. This is a red herring. We're going to be up against those big dogs, sure enough. Traveling to Vancouver. How are we looking? Let's just keep progressing. Now, I still think we can get third or above. I think we just had a really bad qualifying and it just stuffed up our race. Practice is going to be rainy. Qualifying is going to be clear race again. I think we just had a bit of dumb luck. Fit parts. Everything stacked for party, which is what we want. And you know what? Because he's that far ahead in the championship, let's just change this up a little bit. Let's stack it the other way around. Let's give Lara the better car. Let's see if she can do anything with it. You know, let's give her kind of like this whole faith now that she got 4th in that last race. Did a good result. He's unhappy. She's content. That's because apparently our car is a bombshell compared to the rest of the field. It is a lemon. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's see if Lara can do anything with it. This is going to be a test because we don't want to keep Party for next season. He has reached his max potential. Lara, on the other hand, yes, can keep doing much better. And this track looks really cool. This Canadian track, look at it. It goes around, up, down. It's another very fast looking straight there. Another straight as well. I think this is going to be high top speed. It's raining. Set them both up. How are we going to look? Far out. Look at the mechanic references all the way down. Wow. That's a really hard low. Alright. In intermediates. Don't you want intermediates? I mean, I'd rather send you out in ultra softs, but if it's going to be wet, it's going to be wet, right? Okay, we can get away with ultra softs. I just want to stack them up so that come race time, our race trim is up. I mean, our super softs are selectable. So you're obviously going to want something similar, I'd imagine. So let's not put you in the same ring. Let's just get you like that. And see how we go. Take practice. And the reason why we do the setup before we start practice is because if you change the setup when you've started practice, it adds to the mechanic time in fixing the car. Because I go send 0 estimated pit stop times. But if I change anything, well, let's pretend we should go to race trim. Oh, it changes things. We don't want to do that. We just want to send them straight out. Same with you. Bang, bada, bang, bang, bang. Do your laps. Go in fast mode. Overtake. Bang. and we will get you to come in straight after. And for those first time watching, we get them to come in because they give us the feedback. They have to do an out lap to give us that feedback. They don't have to do a full racing lap or a full in lap or anything like that. It's just an out lap to give us the feedback, and that way we can keep provising where to stick the setup for the cars and get them in the optimum window. How is the conditions going? Looks like half the field's out on intermediates, half the field's on slicks. It's not going to get any wetter. It's just going to stick around and be a bit of a miserable drizzle. Don't need to speed that up a little bit. How are we looking? Click clack front and back. Very poor downforce. She doesn't like it. Give us something. Give us anything. 63%. Jesus. Does that mean you want really low stiffness? I don't know. I don't know what you want in this setup. This window is very limited to what we can do. Let's just try that. I think this is going to be one of those really hit and misses. Very poor, very poor. So we might even try to go the other way. We need more front wing on a faster track. I don't know. Handling seems to be okay though. 50% optimum. We've never been that low. Sheesh. Let's get the session rolling. Yeah, we're looking for forecast wise. So because it's raining and they're not driving the tyres as fast, the soft tyre active knowledge does not move up as fast. So there you go. That's a fun fact for you. And we're going to bring both cars in. Lara. She does not like the handling again. We've gone backwards. Yeah, so that's going to tell me. Wow. Let's just try that. This is going to be so hit and miss. It's not even funny. Excellent. So yeah, they want more front wing than less. They want a greater angle. I don't know. It's just, it sounds weird to me, but you know, whatever. You know, if that's what you want. And you're going to probably tell me you like that speed balance as well. Yeah, okay. Bang, softs. Out we go for a third time around. Track is going to start to get drier. Yeehaw. And after this session, they won't have to do any more qualifying. We'll go straight into the race room. Because they should have level 1 in case we want to use that trait. How are we looking? Get in there, get in there, get in there. Yep. Cool, just. That's what we wanted to see. Okay, looks like the downforce was a much needed improvement. Everything else is excellent. 94%. We went from 57 up to 94. Yeah, we can balance it out, can't we? Look at that. This is going to be difficult to find this right in the middle, isn't it? We don't want to move them too much. So try that. Oh, we wanted to go out in race room. Oops, 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 oops. That's okay. We'll go straight out into race room for you. How'd the car look? 97. Excellent. Great. So speed needs a bit of adjustment. Nothing else. It's like barely a movement, isn't it? Let's just try that, see if it works. Did we change it to race trim as well? I don't think we did. Shit. And if we didn't, that's okay. We're going to put qualifying trim up into 3. Ah, fuck. We put one out and one in the other. Yuck. At least the track is starting to dry out. So she likes the wings. 98. Mate, I'm not even going to stuff around on that. You were going to go straight out and start just pumping laps. Just pump some laps out. Yeah, that's what we want. How are you looking, Mr. Hardy? Good, good, excellent. Good, so it went the other way. Yeah, I'm going to stick to 97%. I feel like this is going to be one of those really iffy tracks to get on. So you are literally going to do the same thing. 4 laps. Just pump out laps. Pump them out, pump them out, pump them out. Overtake mode. Use up that fuel as much as you want. It's not going to matter. You're not going to get around to do that many laps anyway. Stick them out. See how far we get up the line. Super soft, ultra soft tires are going to go to level 1. As a knowledge unlock, which means they get 5% performance. If we pick that as the active knowledge, they get 2 traits to pick. Then mechanic also gives them an additional unlock in case they've got a great relationship, in which both cases they do. Lara loves the handling, Party doing his things, so they're just going to keep rocking and socking. It's about a 1 minute 22 is the fastest lap, so about a 1 minute 23 is how long it takes to get around. So it's a relatively short track. Let's have a bit more of an appreciation look. It kind of looks like the Jacques Villeneuve circuit. Did I say Jacques Villeneuve? Guile Villeneuve. And I've heard even some people pronounce that as Giles. Nah, I don't know. World pronunciations are a bit all over the place, especially European pronunciations. Mine are really poor. But I'm getting there. I know Australia doesn't quite have the same kind of diversity as we would, you know, in Europe with those last names, and Serbians, Croatians, Yugoslavians, and so forth. So active knowledge goes up to +2 for the ultra softs. How are we both looking for fuel? Yeah, they'll get one more lap out of it. There we go. That's what we want to see. Can race trim go up to level 2? I hope so. I don't think it's going to be enough. Had we have switched over to from qualifying to race trim one lap earlier for Lara, I think it was, we definitely would have got race trim into 2. Now we're just struggling to get it in there. I think they're just going to miss out. Bummer. That sucks. Difference between top tier team and the best team in the world, right? Getting those little 1%ers right. I'm actually surprised we got 3rd and 7th in practice. Usually we struggle because we send them out in terrible tires and we're just like, yeah, you know, use what you've got. We don't want to, we want to have fresh tires for practice, for qualifying, and we want to have at least 3 sets for the race in case we have to make 2 stops, which sometimes happens. So right now, we want to look at securing a good spot here on the grid. We want to get both drivers in the top 10, preferably one of them into the top 3. And how are we looking for weather? It's going to go straight to being wet. So qualifying trim, yeah. You are not going to do ultra softs. You're going to do sweet spot, which is going to open it up a little bit. I don't think you're going to have a choice, are you? Nope. That's all you've got, so you're going to have to make it work. As for the setup, do we change any of them? Nah, let's just keep them. Look how similar they are. They needed both. Well, technically, we could have played around with that a little bit. See how it's very different? In Tievo's car, what's the top one? Top one is downforce. His downforce is on the right-hand side of the handling. Left-hand side, I should say. But Enrique's is the right. So if we move them enough, they don't actually equal up to one another. So there's quite a bit of a different preference between the two drivers. But do we want to go out in softs? No, no, what are we doing? We don't want to go out in softs. We want to go out straight on intermediates. What am I saying? Blah, yuck. Same with Enrique Lara. Intermediate tyres, go out. Take qualifying. Always take qualifying because you don't know what the AI is going to do. You might even rock up with a pole one day and be like, how the hell did that happen? Right? So we're going to send Lara out straight away. We're not going to muck around. We have no idea what the weather's going to do at this stage. In fact, you know what? Party, you're going to join as well. Just want to keep watching that track. That's what it's all about. Watching that track. It looks like it might get drier. It might get colder. Let's bring those tyres up. Oh, it's taking a very long time for the tyres to come up, isn't it? Now, get them down. Now, get them down. Now, get them down. Get those brakes underheated. How's he looking? He needs to go back into conserve. Those brakes need to cool down really fast, hopefully. Go, come down, come down, come down, come down. Just enough to bring him down. Nah, it ain't gonna happen, is it? Perfect, overheated for brake temps. We could not get them right, even with the biggest sweet spots. That is very unfortunate. And Party, while we're mucking around with Lara, we're not going to be able to get you in the right window either, by the looks of it. Which is very unfortunate, but let's see how this session goes. It is starting to absolutely drizzle down now. Drizzle, I should say, rain like cats and dogs, but it's going to get very dry very shortly. So I tell you what we're going to do. If Party's up looks like it's going to be rubbish, then we're going to bring him in and go straight out onto dries and see if we can get a lap in while it's going to be a little bit dry. His lap's only down. Lara's time is stuffed though. Look at that. She's +2 down. Party looks up. Wow, Lara's time looks disgusting because of who is this idiot? Is it Fox or Parks? It is Fox. No wonder why she was on pole last time. She just brings the whole field back. Okay, Lara, it's really important that while the track dries for a little bit, we go straight out. That way we can possibly get 2 laps in drying for you. Send out softs, car setup. Yep, 98%. Party moves up in a second position with a 126. That's still about 3 to 2 seconds off his fastest time around this track. Let's just focus on Lara. This is going to be really important. We need to get a good distance away from the rest of the field so we don't back them up and let them ahead and then get balked. So we want to go as fast as we possibly can and then do a very slow down as we get closer. Wow, we're going to get backed up by Party who's just drizzling around. So let's start getting that down now. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Where is the rest of the field? They're only starting to come around now. Keep going. Party, do not get in the way. What are you doing, dude? Get both down. Now start to drive the car. Or overheat, overheat. Good, 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 good. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. No one overtake, no one overtake. That's good, that's good. Right there in the clean spot. Sweet, perfect for the tire temps, perfect for brake temps. Please, if no one locks her up, this is going to be a very, very threatening lap, especially because it's going to rain in about 2 minutes. So what are we going to do? We're going to send out Party straight away onto our soft tires. Hopefully he can get around in enough time that he doesn't get squeezed by the weather conditions. So we want to just drag him up straight away. Go out hard, son. Go out hard. How is Lara going? Lara is going around. She has a back marker in front of her. She's up by 0.9. She's up by 0.9 in the first sector. This is going to be a very fast lap. There is no one in front of her by the looks of it. There is number 14 who's just dwindling around the track right now. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Hopefully she doesn't get backed up into Ingle by any chance. I need to start focusing on Party, unfortunately, because he is overheating like a boss. So let's bring those down in very conservative mode. Wow, because I've been not focusing on him at all. He might actually not get the tires down in time. Bring him down, son. Bring him down, 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 bring him down. Get there, get there, get there. Tire temps are in. Now start to speed it up a little bit. Yeah. Perfect and cold for the brake temps. I'm okay with that. Lara goes the first. She goes the first by 0.7 of a gap. Party, how are we going? Party's going to have the lap of his lifetime. If it just remains dry, and it's not going to remain dry long enough. But hopefully it's dry enough for him to be able to get a very, very good lap in here. Hopefully he can do it in the nick of time. How are we looking? He's going to be down at the first sector. I'm going to be... No, he's up. He's up on the first... He's up on the first sector. I don't know how he's done it, but he's up. Lara is still just cruising around. Party is actually going to be up on that lap. I don't know how he's done it. He's got no one in front of him. No one in front of him to block his lap. This is going to be his lap to bring in that pole position, hopefully, as a 1-2 for our team. He goes down. He's down by 1.1. That is very unfortunate, but it's very much a shame. Let's get Lara out there. Why are we going to bring Lara out there? Because we want her to block someone else. Doing their lap. Not that it's going to matter because she did her lap in the dry. Party is going to move up into 13th. He went slower in that last sector. Let's just focus on Lara and try and get her tyres and everything in the range. This is a bit of practice for us. We want to make sure she goes fast enough to tick off a lap here. I don't know who she's catching, but she's catching someone really fast on an out lap, but fair enough. And they're going to rub a little bit. They're going to kiss and rub. So that's a shame. Weather is going to play very crucially into our later part of the season as it starts to wet itself out, being winter. Now we're going to start to slow it down, bring the car back, bring it back, bring it back. It's going to take ages to do it. Yep, we're looking good. We're looking good. It's about to sit in the right window. Here we go. Perfect for tire temps, good for brake temps. And they're going to start off a lap. Let's see how she goes. Can she cross the line in time? Yep, just in the nick of time. She's going to start her lap. Let's see how fast she goes in the wet weather. She has to go around the outside of, I believe, Sevilla or Ingles. I'm not sure who that was. Let's see if she can make the most of it. She is going to be up against herself, who's pretty much locked in first on our grid position at the moment. She's the best car. We've picked the right driver to have the right car at the right time in the season. So she's going to be on fire. She's down by 3.9. Very unfortunate. Nothing we could have done there anyway. But let's fast forward this through. How far is she back on the second sector? 5.8 seconds. So the track is now that wet that it could possibly be a wet weather track, not intermediates anymore. But that's great. She's damn it. Sorry that wasn't good enough. But she's quickly forgetting she has amnesia because she actually qualified on pole. Cruz won't be able to capitalize with the wet tires, with it being that wet. That's a pole position. Couldn't have asked for anything more. That is a $650,000 payout. That is going to cover our expenses for this race weekend and a little bit more. A little bit more. Which is great for us. How are we looking? Thank you very much. That is a fine wine and dine. Now it is going to be race time. And it's not going to be wet until like lap 3, so we're going to go out on dries. See if we can make this happen. I might go straight onto Ultra Softs, and I might go straight onto race trim. As for party, what do you have on offer? Risk Taker. I like it. Let's go Risk Taker. I want 10% with the Ultra Softs because I want him to battle his way through. Let's make it race trim. Think about it like this. If we have to change the intermediates, which we might, he'll still have a bonus, whereas he won't otherwise. And the fact that he'll have faster stops with less mistakes, might be able to jump, might be able to get that track position. Hey, hey, I'm loving it. Where are we going? What are we going to do? 17 lap race. It's one of the longer races of the championship. You know what? Let's go down to 6 laps. No, for Lara, I don't know. It's going to be hard because if it's going to rain, 7 laps is enough. 7 laps is plenty. Tyre choice, durability 7 or 9 laps. Yeah, let's just go on that window. If she has to pit early for a different set of tyres, she will. Party, we can take a risk with his strategy. We're not going to go on intermediates. That's just stupid to start with. We'll have to pit him if he does. We're going to go and save 5 laps of fuel. Ultra soft tyres, because I expect him to have to pit within that window much earlier. And might even have to do a 2-stop race. And that's how we're going to roll. We're going to put both drives in attack mode from the brink. For Lara, I'm going to put her into overtake just for the start, just so she gets off the line well. And yeah, we've stacked Lara with a good car. And she's done the job for us. Flores is going to be rounding off the row with Lara. DeWolf, John's daughter. I'm telling you, DeWolf is very competitive. Currently coming second in the championship. We don't want to lose this championship because we get lazy at the end of the year. Nina and De Graaf just outside the point, 7th and 8th. So they are people to look at because of coming second in the championship. And just remember, while we're 43 points ahead, the last round is usually, well, it was in the first championship, double the points. So, you know, anything can still happen. If you get first, second, 16 points plus bonus, a pole, 2 points, you can double that, 36 points, and that would eat away our gap. So let's not neglect the fact that, you know, these cars are going to keep getting better around us while we don't design our own components. But furthermore, let's get this race underway. Lara is going to kick us off on pole. Hopefully she can race down into the first corner and stick her position and cement it, and she does. Great job. That's what we wanted to see. Into attack mode already. Very competitive from the go. Looks like there's quite a few people. Wolf and Flores. Wolf moves up into first position. Takes the spot of us. While that's all happening, I might just put us back into high just so we get around. Party gets a terrible start and goes into 19th. So he's pretty much done the reverse of what Lara is doing. Let's see how this... Wow, this weather is going to get wetter and wetter. So we want to go into overtake mode, into attack mode, because... it's going to be a wet race by lap 2 to 3, which means we might have to pit early for both. Wolf has gotten a 3-second gap from the first lap. He's doing an amazing job out there. He's pushed upon the limits of his car, and he's gotten right by us. De Graaf, who started 7th, is now pushed up in a second, and at the moment we are struggling to be on the same pace as the rest of the field. And I don't know if that's more because we've got more fuel in the car or if the car's just that bad, but we're fighting back here. Hopefully John's daughter can't resist our great moves from Lara, overtaking Queen. Party is struggling at the moment at the back of the field, but we are going to pit him very soon to get him into clean air and see if we can make the most of a pit stop strategy while the weather is going to play a bit of havoc for us. Who knows? By the lap after that, it looks like the weather's going to die back down. So actually, you know what? We're going to change that. We're going to go back into medium. We're going to go back into medium for Lara as well. We are literally playing this by the weather forecast as we go. It might be worth next championship investing in a better forecast center, whatever you want to call them. And then that way we can kind of see maybe a lap or two ahead and not be risking it so much. But how are we looking? 58% already on the tyres. Let's start to wind them down into push mode. We're going to have to make them last now. So Lara, go back into neutral. Party is struggling on those tyres at the moment, isn't he? Struggling on the tyres, not doing a great job. It's already lap 3 and he's down to 50% almost. So it looks like, yeah, the track's going to come back to us. After a lap or two, the track is going to come back to us. So we're going to go back into neutral, conservative mode. As for Lara, same thing. Go back into conserve mode, hold up that position. Just weather the storm, as you'd say. Forget the fact that Wolf has got a 5-second gap. Forget the fact that you're now losing a little bit of time. The fact is, Holtz is back in 6th by 10 seconds or so. So we just want to keep pottering around and just weathering this storm, because we have no idea what it's going to do at this stage, and we might even go into low for Party. We're going to have to pit him now, aren't we? How's Lara going for fuel? We're going to push her strategy out, put her on low. Party 16th, 15th. He seems to be jumping up a few spots. I think people are pitting. De Wolf is pitting. Wow. The track's going to be wet for like one more lap. Let's go into low mode for Party. I want you to circle around one more time. And you can do it on that strat. I think you're going to be able to jump a few people here who pit. Yes, they are. They're pitting way too early. They're too eager. What is the gap now? We're up by 10 seconds on Holtz, who has decided to stick out as well. So now we've got a bit of a gap benefit. Who has crashed? Larson has crashed out of this race. Is there going to be a safety car? Let's see if that's going to be the go. There's no notification that that's going to be happening. We are trying to keep an eye on a bit of everything here. Party coming around. He is definitely going to have to pit. Let's get him to start pushing. What do we want to pit for? It is going to get dry and dry. The group is going to come back to us. So let's go to softs. As for fuel options, what do we want? And he's going to end this lap on 0.00 fuel. I think 7 laps. 7 laps to get to lap 12 and then make another adjustment if we have to. How does that sound? Park condition, great. Pit stop fast. Bang, bada, bang, bang, bang. And yeah, look, most of the field came out just to pit for a new set of tyres that early in the race. It's like they're doing their one stop really early just to make sure they're all good. But we're going to go that one lap further. And how's the temps looking? Let's just push. I think we're going to have to pit now. I think the window's asking for it now. How's Party going to finish? He's got 0.1, 0.09. He's going to pit with 0.00 fuel. Perfect. Couldn't ask for anything more out of him as a driver. How's his stop going to go? That is the big question. It is going to be a good stop by the looks of it. Great for refueling, good for tyres. 8.3 second pit stop. Pit lane leaves at 27.9 seconds. Let's see if Lara can do the same. So Lara pitting. Now going to go to soft tyres. Yep, it's going to get grippier and grippier from what we know. We don't want to go the full distance. We could, but the tyres are going to burn up. So, let's put you to 7 laps, same as Party just then, and then make the go. Fast stop, parts, dry conditions. So where are you going to come out? Probably 3rd, 4th-ish? Because you didn't have to battle with the rest of the pack that pitted that early. I'm so shocked that the AI has pitted that early for their top 3-4 cars. But, we'll see how it goes. Let's just watch Lara's pit stop. Let's see if it works out. Fuel goes up to 7. There is a mistake. Tyres come out, and it's an 8.195 stop. It's actually faster than it was actually faster than Party's stop himself. But they said they've done a mistake, but it was faster. I don't know how that works, but it was faster, but they made a mistake. Either way, you've got to take it. She comes out in 3rd position. She's only now 7 seconds behind the leader, which is a good move. Party up into 15th, out of that battle pack. He was coming last, so we have benefited from that just a little bit. Let's see if he can start putting down some good times. He did a 1:37, that was his out lap. Let's see if he can do a better time than that. So it's good that Lara's come out with 90% of tyre tread. The Wolf is eating away his tyres, so is John's daughter, so we're going to be in a good window to finish very strong here in our 2nd stint of 3, by the sounds of it, by now. So we are going to have to pit. Party, how are we looking so far? He's going to be coming around. I just want to see what his time is going to be for that lap. Is he lapping as fast as the leaders? That is the big question. Does a 1:24.6. So he's not too bad. He's about 5th, 6th fastest on the track at the moment. Lara just plodding along, keeping the distance, making sure she's got John's daughter in her aims. De Graaf would be spewing at the fact that we've been able to jump ahead with fresher tyres again. And this is going to be really working in our favour at the moment. We're going to be pitting much later than these guys for our 2nd stop, having fresher tyres for the end of the race. We're going to watch to see how much of the tyres are used at this point. Will they be eaten up? What is the gap now? The Wolf seems to be moving away from the field. John's daughter seems to be holding us up as well. Hopefully Lara can make a move and make it stick. She seems to be a bit over the place. She seems to be a little bit rattled. I'm hoping that she can make a move and stick it, because otherwise the Wolf is just going to keep pushing away from the rest of the field, and we're not going to have anything to be able to respond with other than when we get some clean air. So the gap now back is to 1 second, 1.6 seconds to John's daughter, who's jumped away after we did a bit of a pump and dump on him to see if we could get by. How's the lap times this lap? 1:24 by Wolf, 1:25 by us, but that was a bit of a shake-up because we got stalled. If we can get Party in the top 6, that will be a bit of a miracle, but that's what I'm kind of hoping at the moment. Both of their tyres are starting to get eaten alive, aren't they? Move back to neutral. It's a neutral for both. They won't see any more of a benefit from going neutral to push, because look at the gauge at the moment. They're overheating the tyres. Good news is, John Slaughter's finally going to come in the pits this lap, so is the Wolf. And we're going to be on the charge to put down some really fast laps here, while Lara fights her way onto the back of the pack, and everyone around us is going to pit. So let's see. You know what? It'd be really great if Party could come out ahead of that pack and hold them up a little bit. Let's see if we can do a bit of a teammate shuffle here. I don't think he's going to be fast enough to get around in time. No, he's definitely not going to be, but See what Lara can do here. Let's start to go to overtake mode. Park condition is great for everything except suspension. Looking a bit crickety, but that's okay. Tyres are starting to catch back up with the car, so we really want to stop burning that fuel. Party moves into 10th position. Holds that line. He's got about 2.5 laps to go, so let's start using your tyres up, Chief. What's that lap time going to be for Lara? I'm really keen to see what she's able to post. Is it going to be faster, slower? She's not going faster than the last lap. It's a 123.6, so she's still doing a good job. DeWolf is already in 2nd position and only 7 seconds behind us while we try to get enough of a gap to kind of push it. We might have to push, we might have to go into the pits this lap. That's okay. Party's going to post his fastest lap, I believe, as well. So how are we looking? Everything's looking alright. Do we want to pit her? I think we're going to have to pit her now. You know, we could get away with that, actually. Now let's pit. We're risking bad tyre usage for doing that, so we're going to go to 4.9, which is going to put us up to 5 laps. It always rounds up. In case you haven't been watching my series, never fill the car up 1 lap more than it needs to be, because you want to try and get the as much out of the car as you possibly can. So Lara comes into the pits. Party, as for Party, what are we going to do? New tyres. He's going to be finishing up exactly on 0.62 of fuel. Parts look great. Let it rip, big boy. Let's go down to medium. Where is Lara going to come out? What's her stop looking like? It's a good refueling. It's good for tyres. She's going to come out in 2nd position. So she's leapfrogged John's daughter. Now we want to go in immediately into attack mode. We want Lara to put some pressure on DeWolf. 7-second gap. Let's see if this is possible. She has much... she's using ultra soft tyres. She's just going to have a bit of a tyre advantage here. And DeWolf currently eating up how much of his tyres. He's at 70%. So this is going to be a fight for us to try and jump ahead. Whereas Party coming out, he's coming out at that position. So we're going to keep attacking with his tyres and pushing with his fuel load. It's at the range where it needs to be. We might go into overtake mode for Lara, burn off as much fuel as she needs. It's starting to drizzle here again at the track. Can't even remember where we're at and what part of the world we're at. We're starting to use up those tyres and that fuel. Let's go to high mode. We will go back to medium if we have to, but it's important that we burn up as much fuel as we need to now, so we have less fuel, so the car is faster when it has less fuel in it. So that's a bit of a catch-22 for you. And she is gaining on DeWolf. Last lap, you can't compare last laps because that was an out lap, but the gap was like 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds, and it's down to 4.7. So we have a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the nitty-gritty. How are the tyres looking? The tyres are looking good. Let's go back to push. There's going to be no benefit if we keep them up that high, or keep it any higher than what it is at the moment. And she is just posted her fastest 2nd sector. She's posted her fastest up of the race. A 121. A 121 as a personal best lap. She's doing a great job out there for us at the moment. Let's get Party to start pushing as well. Currently in 11th, but his race is gone. So let's just focus on Lara at the moment. 0.349 seconds down on her last lap. That's okay. I'm okay with that. We might have to get her to medium just to make sure she crosses the line. How's the fuel burn going? She's down to 3 seconds. And the gap is crawling and crawling and crawling shorter and shorter every time we do go around a single bend to the next one. What is going to be the go now? Are we still going to be fighting for a 1st position on this track? I think we might. I think Lara might be the person to do it. 2.5 seconds. How's his tyres going? 46% versus our 57%ers. And now Lara just needs to keep doing what she's doing, peeling away at DeWolf, getting herself set up for the last lap, a last lap dash to hopefully overcome DeWolf, who's currently putting his tyres into neutral mode, but the engine mode is in a push. We have excess fuel again apparently, so we're going to go into overtake mode straight away. High mode for Party. Lara has got the gap down. She is now within vision of the Wolf. She would be seeing the Wolf. That would be like plowing her along. She'd be seeing him in the crosshairs and wanting to get the job done here in the last part of the track. So we're going to go back to medium because we are going to have less fuel than what we need. Tyres looking good. Let's go to push because I think it doesn't really matter at this stage. 44% of tyres. She's going to have what it takes, but will she have the pace to catch up? That is the other question. She was again 1 second faster. What is she going to be this lap? 0.041 seconds slower than her last lap, but that's okay. 0.2 I should say down on the pace. Looks like the Wolf's going to get held up by a bit of a back marker. Hopefully we don't get held up. There is the blue flag immediately shown and we go around. We get cut off in the corner just a little bit. Slara's going to be coming around. Has low fuel. I don't think she's going to be able to make this stick with the current setup, and it's starting to really pour out there. We would need a mistake by the Wolf, but that is not going to happen with one more bend to go. And Lara gets a very good result in second position. Couldn't be more happy with that. How is Party going? Party is currently tuning his car around. Let's go on a push mode. Let's wave the fin on to finish on a good result here. Hopefully sticking to that 11th spot. Yes, he will. A bit of a disappointment, but both drivers, you know, did good. Lara pole, 2 points. Second place, 6 points, 8 points for us in that race. Couldn't ask for anything more. Party finishes 10th. He had to find his way from back in the field and had a bit of a dreadful race. As the first lap, he was already down to like last almost. So that's been round 10 of our championship, the Big 10 of season 3. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think that means coming into this last race, we are going to be safe from possibly losing the championship, which means we wrap it up. We wrap it up on a high. How are we looking? Let's skip this for now. I just want to see if anyone gets pinged for cheating. If the Wolf got pinged for cheating, that would be huge. It's happened before. We've come second. Santa Ana in season 2 got pinged and deducted 10 spots. We ended up winning the race through a disqualification. So let's have a look. Let's not look at that just yet. Let's skip this. Checking cars. Hopefully our car doesn't get pinged for anything. Nope, no rules broken. And John Stoddard was the only one who broke a rule, got demoted 10 spots. And Party moves up to 8th, so 2 cars got pinged, Zarette and also John Stoddard, which is not great for us because it looks like that pushes Esprit up into 3rd and 4th. Bit awkward there. How are we looking for the championship standings? We're currently coming first in the championship for the drivers. Looks like Party Tievo is looking to take this out. He's up by 7 points, so he just needs to come third. He just needs to come third. If he comes third or better, he will win this championship, which is going to be huge for our team. I'm pretty sure the last race isn't going to be double the points, and we're 44 points ahead. I'm pretty sure the championship doesn't allow double the points. We will double check the rules before we start round 11 and wrap up this championship, which I'm hugely excited about. It's going to be good going into the World Championships. We've been fighting so long for this. How are we going with everything else? Markability does not change. By the looks of it, you came second. Bo Chong Lin, our chairman, has to be happy with that result. Yes, he is. Not really. Happiness 100% doesn't move. But thanks again for tuning in, guys. Round 10. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up button if you've been liking the series so far. And check out round 11, which I'll be posting very shortly after this video. Take care, and I will see you guys shortly.